Good morning, friends. Today we shall estimate the speed of sound in gases. Speed of sound means the speed of longitudinal waves. The speed of longitudinal waves traveling in gases. This was first formulated by Newton. So the equation which we are going to derive is also called as Newton's formula for speed of sound in gases. Again, when we are speaking about gases, we go about the ideal gas approximation. So we take into consideration of ideal gas and speed of sound in ideal gas. We will find it out first. Okay, then we will apply it to the speed of sound in air. When a longitudinal wave travels in gases or in ideal gases, there are pressure variations. The pressure variations and the density variations, as long as the sound is traveling, as long as the longitudinal wave is traveling in the gas medium, the pressure variations and density variations are considered to be isothermal. It means when the sound is traveling through the gas medium, the temperature of the medium does not change. This was the assumption made by Sir Isaac Newton. So the pressure variations that take place in the medium, in the gas medium, are isothermal. Then we take into consideration of the condition of isothermal process, that is, temperature should remain constant. So using that, we will be able to calculate the bulk modulus, and we know already the speed of sound or speed of a longitudinal wave in a medium is given by square root of B over rho, square root of bulk modulus divided by the density of the medium. We are already knowing about it. Okay, we will find out the value of bulk modulus of the medium when there are pressure variations, as long as the longitudinal wave is in progress. So Newton assumed that during the progress of longitudinal wave, that is sound wave, in the gas medium, the pressure variations take place at constant temperature. Constant temperature, that is the isothermal process. Using the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to LKVT. PV is equal to mu RT. So mu RT can also be taken as NKVT, where N is the number of molecules of the gas in volume V and kV is the Boltzmann constant. T is the temperature, which is considered to be constant temperature. Here T is constant when it is an isothermal process. N is number of molecules in the volume, number of molecules in the volume V, and Kb, as you know, Boltzmann constant. Now, in order to consider the pressure variation, when T is kept constant, you see, N is also constant, Kb is also constant, so entire right hand side becomes constant. Now, in order to see the changes, we need to differentiate this. So, this is differentiation of two variables. It is a function of two variables, pressure as well as volume. So, when you differentiate this, we get P delta V plus V delta P. Keeping P constant, differentiate V, we get delta V like dP. Next, keep V constant, differentiate P, that becomes delta P. This is equal to 0 because differentiation of the constant becomes 0. T is constant, Kb, Boltzmann constant, is also constant, and it is also constant. Therefore, the entire right hand side is constant. So, differentiation of constant is 0. Now, from this we can get the equation for bulk modulus. Therefore, P delta V is equal to minus V delta P. P delta V equal to minus V delta P. Just take this V delta P to the right hand side. We get minus V delta P. We have used the equation of speed of longitudinal wave V equal to square root of V by rho. Already we have derived this in the previous video. So we need to know what is the bulk modulus. So here bulk modulus is ratio of hydraulic stress to the hydraulic strain, or ratio of compressive stress to the compressive strain. So that gives us ratio of delta P divided by delta V by V with negative sign when there is a compressive stress. So it is decrease in volume. Therefore, we take it as V equal to minus delta P by delta V by V. So this is our bulk modulus. So we'll be able to get the equation of bulk modulus from this equation. So since V is equal to minus delta P by delta V by V, so look at this. Minus delta P by delta V. Just take this one step I can add here. Take this V to the right hand side, left hand side, it becomes therefore P into delta V by V is equal to minus delta P. Therefore, P is equal to minus delta P by delta V by V. You can take this entire bracket to the right hand side. So delta V by V. So we get delta P by delta V by V. This ratio we are going to get as a pressure, but we know that it is bulk modulus. Therefore, when we analyze the equation for isothermal process, that is PV is equal to constant. PV is equal to constant is the equation for isothermal process. So from that we get bulk modulus of the medium is equal to pressure. Therefore, bulk modulus V is equal to P. So we just substitute this equation, this value in the equation of speed of longitudinal wave. Therefore, speed of longitudinal wave. In the gases or in the ideal gases, V becomes equal to square root of V by rho, that becomes square root of P by rho. So just if we know the value of pressure and the density, we will be able to calculate speed. Therefore, V is equal to square root of P by rho. This is called as Newton's formula. This is called as Newton's formula. So, in this, if we substitute the value of standard pressure at STP, if we substitute the value of pressure and density of 1 mole of air, we will be able to calculate speed of sound in air, right? No, STP, standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature means 0 degrees Celsius. Standard pressure means 1 atmospheric pressure. And the density of air at 1 atmospheric pressure is 1.29 kg per meter cube. So if we substitute that value, we will be able to calculate the speed of sound in air. So in general, speed of sound in gases is given by V equal to square root of P by rho, where P is the pressure and rho is the density of that gases. Okay, let us calculate speed of sound in air at STP. Now let us see the estimation of speed of sound in air at standard temperature and pressure. It is given the mass of 1 mole of air is 29 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg. 29 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg. So using this, we can first find out what is the density at STP. We know that 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liters of volume. 1 mole of gas occupies 22.4 liters of volume. So this is taken as standard volume. So with the help of mass of 1 mole of air and standard volume of air 22.4 liters, we can calculate what is the density of air at STP. Therefore, density of air at STP, standard temperature and pressure, is equal to, we take as rho naught, density of air at STP, rho naught equal to mass by volume, mass by volume, 29 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by 22.4 liters, that is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube. Okay, 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube. So 10 raised to minus 3, 10 raised to minus 3 cancels. So 29 divided by 22.4, if you calculate, we get rho naught is equal to 1.29 kg per meter cube. This is the standard value of density of air at STP. Now, in order to calculate speed of sound in air at STP, we should know what is the standard pressure. So, standard pressure is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure, which is equal to 1.01 into 10 raised to minus 5 pascals. This already we know this value. 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 1.013 into 10 raised to minus 5 pascals at standard temperature. At standard temperature equal to 0 degrees Celsius, that is 273 Kelvin. 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. So we got the pressure value, we got the density value, then we can calculate therefore speed of sound. Speed of sound in air, in 1 mole of air at STP, using Newton's law, square root of P by rho naught. So just substitute 1.01 into 10 raised to minus 5 divided by 1.29. Take the square root. So if you simplify this, this is a not minus 5 plus 5. It is plus 5, not minus 5. 1.013 into 10 raised to 5 pascals. Correction. 1.01 into 10 raised to 5 pascals divided by 1.29. If it is calculated and taken the square root, this value is comes out to be 280 meter per second. So at 0 degrees Celsius. This is the speed of sound calculated using Newton's formula. Square root of P by rho naught. But look at this value of speed of sound in air, 280 meter per second, as we calculate using this Newton's formula. But actual value is, experimentally measured value is 331 meter per second at 0 degrees Celsius. But experimentally measured value of speed of sound V is equal to 331 meter per second at 0 degrees Celsius. So it means that there is some error in this. It needs to be corrected. So if you compare 280 with 331 meter per second, there is a reduction of about 15%. So there is an error of about 15%, 15%. So it needs to be corrected. 331 minus 280, if you calculate, it comes out to be 51. So nearly about 15% of error is there in this calculation. It means the Newton's formula, whatever we have used for calculation of speed of sound in the air, is having certain error. So this error was further corrected by another scientist called as Laplace. So Laplace assumes that when the sound or a longitudinal wave travels through gases, the pressure variations that take place are leading to adiabatic process, not the isothermal process. The temperature of the medium does not remain constant. That was assumed by Newton. If you recall, Newton assumed that when the sound travels through air medium, the temperature of the medium remains constant as there are pressure variations. So the pressure variations which take place at isothermal process. But Laplace finds error in this calculation. So he states that it is not isothermal variations, it is not temperature remaining constant, there is variation of temperature. So there is no exchange of heat. So when there is no exchange of heat that take place during the pressure variations, such a process is called as adiabatic process. So he considers the equation of adiabatic thermodynamic process, and then he corrects this equation, and finally he gets the same experimentally observed value 331 meter per second. let us see Laplace corrected Newton's formula for calculation of speed of sound in air. So now we are learning Laplace correction to Newton's formula. Laplace pointed out that when the longitudinal waves travel through the gas medium, or when the sound waves propagate through gas medium, the pressure variations are not isothermal, they are adiabatic. The temperature of the medium does not remain constant. So the thermodynamic process due to pressure variations is the adiabatic process. So he uses the state equation for adiabatic process. Therefore, for adiabatic process, the equation of the state for ideal gas is given by PV raised to gamma equal to constant. Where already we have studied where gamma is Cp by Cv, ratio of molar specific heats, ratio of molar specific heats at constant pressure and constant volume. Ratio of molar specific heats respectively at constant pressure and constant volume. Now, in order to identify the pressure variations, we need to differentiate this. Differentiating using this equation of two functions, two variables. Again, P is one variable, V raised to gamma is another variable. Differentiating this, keep P constant, differentiate V raised to gamma, plus keep V raised to gamma constant, differentiate P. Instead of dP, I am writing delta P. Instead of delta V raised to gamma, instead of dV raised to gamma, I am writing delta V raised to gamma. This is equal to differentiation of constant becomes 0. Now, what is the differentiation of dV raised to gamma? This becomes P into gamma into V raised to gamma minus 1 into delta V. This is the differentiation of V raised to gamma. Gamma into n into x raised to n minus 1. You see, n into x raised to n minus 1 into delta x. So gamma into V raised to gamma minus 1 into delta V plus V raised to gamma delta P equal to 0. Take this V raised to gamma to the right hand side. So thus it becomes P gamma V raised to gamma minus 1 into delta V equal to V raised to gamma. When it is taken to the right hand side, it becomes minus V raised to gamma into delta P. We want the equation for bulk modulus. Okay, bulk modulus can be found out using this equation. So V raised to gamma minus 1 can be written as, or you take this V raised to gamma to the left hand side. Therefore, P V raised to gamma into V raised to minus 1, V raised to minus 1 into delta V divided by V raised to gamma. I have taken this to the left hand side so that V raised to gamma cancels, equal to minus delta P. So V raised to gamma cancels. That implies P into B raised to minus 1. P into B raised to minus 1 can be written as P into delta B divided by B. P into delta B divided by B, because B raised to gamma cancels. B raised to minus 1 can be taken to the denominator. So it becomes delta B by B equal to minus delta P. I am missing here gamma. Yes, gamma is missing here. So P, I am writing here gamma P into delta B by B equal to minus delta P. Yes, P gamma B raised to gamma into V raised to minus 1 into delta B divided by V raised to gamma. So V raised to gamma cancels with V raised to gamma. You are left with gamma P into delta B by B equal to minus delta P. We know that bulk modulus B equal to minus delta P divided by delta B by B, minus delta P divided by delta B by B. Now look at this equation. If you take this delta B by B to the right hand side, you are left with gamma P. Therefore, this entire thing becomes gamma into P. Now we can substitute this in the main equation of speed of longitudinal wave. So therefore, speed of longitudinal wave that is speed of sound wave in the bulk medium is equal to V equal to square root of B by rho, where rho is the density. Now substitute the value of P. Thus it becomes gamma P divided by rho. So this becomes the Laplace corrected Newton's formula. Therefore, Laplace corrected Newton's formula, writing here Laplace corrected Newton's formula, V is equal to gamma P by rho under root. This is the Laplace corrected Newton's formula. This is important. So if we substitute the value of gamma and the standard pressure, that is 1 atmospheric pressure, we will be able to get the result for speed of sound in air. Now we can have a correction. Using Laplace correction, one can find out the speed of sound in air at STP. Gamma, the ratio of molar specific heats, is found out to be 7 by 5 for air. Gamma is found out to be 7 by 5 for air. It is nothing but the ratio of molar specific heats. So we already know the standard density of air, standard pressure and standard temperature 0 degrees Celsius to 73 Kelvin. Now only thing we need to do is correction. So speed of sound in air using Laplace correction, it becomes gamma P. Speed of sound in air using Laplace correction. So it comes out to be multiplied by 7 by 5. Just extend it, multiplied by 7 by 5. Now if you calculate, this comes out to be 331. If you simplify this and calculate, this comes out to be 331.3 meter per second, which is in good approximation with the experimentally measured value of speed of sound, which is 331 meter per second, at standard temperature 0 degrees Celsius. Thus, Laplace correction and Laplace assumption that when the longitudinal wave travels in the medium, in a gaseous medium, the pressure variations are adiabatic in nature, not isothermal. Temperature does not remain constant. Using the state equation of adiabatic process, PV raised to gamma, we get the Laplace corrected formula. Laplace corrected formula V equal to square root of gamma p by rho. Don't get confused that it is a, yes, this is the gamma p by rho, where gamma for air molecules is 7 by 5. Gamma for air molecules is found to be 7 by 5. So if you substitute this and simplify, we get 331.3 meter per second, which is in very good agreement with the experimentally measured value of speed of sound, 331 meter per second. That's how we conclude. In the next session, we will study about the superposition of the waves, which is very, very important. Thank you. Have a nice day.